up. I want to see your body stay straight. Down, up. Let's go. Each guy do 25. 25. All the way down. All the way down. Lift your hands up. All the way down. Hands up. All the way down. Hands up. My feet are set for me to move in this direction. If I want to move in this direction, I have to position my feet. How many of you, everybody here has seen boxers fight? How many of you ever seen a boxer in this stance here fight? Why? No leverage. I don't have any leverage going here and going here. I got leverage coming here and coming here. They call those angles. You punch at the angle. Punch at the angle. Don't try to punch out in front of it. Punch at the angle so you get your body into it. You. Yeah, come. You're my dummy. Double leg tackle. Then I've got to come from here to there to get this guy. You have to step properly. Here's the steps. That's the step that a match would look like.
Tell me where you're from.
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, what high school?
Delorio.
Delorio? What? Yeah. How do you like the clinic so far? Guys, tell me where you're from.
I'm Ari. I'm from Harvey, Illinois.
You a Harvey Twister?
Yes.
Born in Chicago. I don't know if he talked to you about that. Rough place where you grew up at the beginning. Never made any excuses, just worked. Had a lot of talent and work. But then, you know, he continued on his competitive career. I first knew of Bobby Douglas. I was a wrestler just like you, sitting at the clinics or learning and trying to see. There wasn't too much out there. There wasn't on the internet. But I knew that there was this guy that in 1970 at the World Team Trials to get in the World Championship team, Bobby Douglas was the guy that beat Dan Gable the year before he won his first World Championship. I think it was 11 to 1, a couple of matches there. Wasn't it like that, Bobby? 11 to 1. I mean, I'm not going to say mop the mat, but here Dan Gable, I'm proud to say he's one of my heroes as well. Okay? But we got a guy that's a competitor. Then he goes on to be a coach. Not just any old coach. NCAA champions. NCAA championship team at Arizona State University, correct? All right, so excellence wherever he goes. Then, another thing, I think you're aware of this, but you know, he's also an Olympic coach. Olympic coach who had the pleasure of being able to coach his own wrestler, Cael Sanderson, who never lost a match in college, win the Olympic championship. Well, he's in the corner. So all of these things, you know, like I said, competitor, well, it's a person, successful person, competitor, coach of some extraordinary people, and now he's not too big to come back to give back to us, and that's what I really want to.
Enjoyed coming back to Illinois to work with the athletes. Obviously, there's a lot of talent here. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the original Beat the Streets gang. Dr. Baldy Watson. I can't remember all the different guys that were there. Dr. Watson, Chicago University, Chicago State. He's the president of Chicago State?
Yeah.
Dr. Wayne Watson. He was like you at one time. I was like you at one time. Wrestling saved me. It gave me an education. That's the greatest thing that wrestling can do for you. Give you an education. It's going to give you all those other things that were mentioned, but education is the greatest thing that can happen to you. And that's why I love the sport, because everybody has an equal chance. Although we may not have the same abilities, we have an opportunity to get out on the mat and participate That's what wrestling's about. Wrestling's not about winning this match or winning that match. It's about you reaching your full potential as a human being. Wrestlers are good people. That's why about 7 of them were presidents. They're smart people. They're tough people. You have to be tough to be in this sport. There is no wrestler that has not had an injury. There is no wrestler who has never cried about losing a match. You have an opportunity, because of the support that you have in your community, you have an opportunity to reach your full potential. I'm telling you, you can get an education. You're getting a physical education just by being out on the mats. But this can give you $100,000. By the time you finish, it's probably going to be $150,000 for 5 years of college. Very few wrestlers that I know graduate in 4 years. It took me 5 years to graduate. Wrestlers, if you want wrestling to survive, you have to be better than whatever is expected of you. You have to be a better student. You have to be a better person. You're going to be a better athlete if you stay in wrestling. You're going to be a better athlete. The other thing is you're going to have an opportunity to get an education. Education is the greatest thing that can happen. If I didn't get an education, I wouldn't be here, standing in front of you. I'm not excited about hearing all those things that people say about me. They say a lot worse things than these coaches are saying. I was competitive. I loved wrestling. I played football. I played baseball. But I loved wrestling because of what it did inside of me. Eliminated the fears. You walk down 47th Street on a Friday or Saturday night, and you're a kid, you're going to be concerned about your welfare. I don't even know if 47th Street exists anymore. But when I was growing up, it was a hellhole. People, there was a shooting every day. I don't know if that's still is. There was a shooting every day. When we went to bed, we pulled the blinds down. We didn't sleep on the bed. We slept on the floor on a mattress. There were bullet holes in the ceiling. It was a jungle. It was a war front. I wanted to get out of that in the worst sort of way. And found out early that the only way I was going to get out of that was through education. That's the greatest thing that's going to ever happen to you. You're going to tell your kids one day about what wrestling did for you. They may be wrestlers or they may not be wrestlers. Your grandkids may one day be wrestlers. But this is the greatest thing that God gave mankind. He gave him the ability to defend himself, the ability to take care of himself, to take care of his family, and to get an education. Wrestling is an education. You learn about your body. You learn about your mind. You find out what courage is. It takes great, great courage to walk out there in the center of that mat, and there's only 2 people out there. It takes great courage. If it didn't, everybody'd be doing it. How many of your friends are willing to go to the gym with you? They think you're crazy. They can't figure out who could go through that type of punishment, that type of pain. This is a painful sport, but the rewards are inside and they're valuable. This has been a great experience for me. I always have a good time when I come back to Chicago. It makes me remember how bad things really were for me and how fortunate I am now. I love talking to kids. I love working with kids. I love to see kids grow into adults. And I think that wrestling is by far the greatest thing that ever happened to mankind. You guys are the benefactors. You are going to say some of the things that I'm saying to you right now, you're going to say it to your kids. You're going to say it to your grandkids. Wrestling was easy. Everybody can do it. We have the most respect of any sport on earth. We are the oldest sport.